Should you lunch around the Seven Seas Lagoon?
Princess Barry here today. We're at Disney's Polynesian Beach Resort because it's time to return to
Kona Cafe.
Yes, it's been a while since we've been here for lunch specifically. So it's your number one choice for foodie infotainment. We're here to try everything out so you don't have to because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I really could use a volcano right now.
It's time to foodie and chill.
The staple pineapple coconut rolls here, they are known for these here at Kona Cafe. Nice Hawaiian style roll, nice and soft, filled with pineapple and coconut flavor. And they give you just a little regular butter here. That should be enough for the whole two, right? Right. It's really sad how much I don't like coconut. But I love anything with pineapple in it. I'm willing to overlook coconut just to get the pineapple. It does have a slight coconut aftertaste, like really light. But more pineapple than that, and I loved it. I would give it 4 out of 5 claws.
Chef Mike is always here working hard on these allergy rolls. No, they sat for a minute, so they're a little mushy on the bottom, and then they're very difficult to tear. So usually I just get the bread just so I can get the butter, because that looks weird just asking for butter by itself. At least for me, most people probably don't care. I know the cast members don't care, but I just try to be nice. So I mean, I guess it's kind of a waste if you don't really want the bread, but maybe you want a little morsel or something, you know. Maybe it gives good bread today. As Bear was pointing out the positives to me while I was chewing, at least I got a jaw workout. And he's right. It's a little doughy on the bottom and hard on the top. That's what you expect. Really, it's allergy bread. This one does not give good bread. This gives sad bread. 1.5 out of 5 breads. I understand having to eat it if you have an allergy, but after you've had it so many times, there's really nothing you can do to save it unless you're at like Sebastian's.
Please save my gluten-free brothers, sisters, and they and then and them from having to suffer through this bread. I feel like if I could lose weight only through chewing bread, it would be this bread. I'm chewing alone. The number of calories burned having to chew through one of these rolls, let alone 2. That should be classified a workout. We've actually had worse versions of this bread. Not the worst we've ever had. Give it 2.5 out of 5 plus.
Disney is throwing down the curry these days. I got a brand new coconut red curry soup with some edamame dumplings and kimchi on there. I'm excited. I'm going to start with just the soup by itself. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow. That is flavorful. I'm not really one for coconut anything, but this is like a perfect combo between red curry and coconut. And it starts off as like maybe a 3 out of 10 on the heat scale and then goes up to like a 5 or 6 out of 10 on the heat scale. It does have a nice spice to it. The kimchi on top adds to that. I love this soup. Did not expect to be eating soup at 100-degree weather, but here we are. I would say it's a 5 out of 5 soups just on the broth alone. I haven't even tried the edamame dumpling yet, but I feel like I've had a version of it by itself here at Kona before.
You had me at curry, red curry. It's probably my favorite of curries. I like all the curries. Indian, Jamaican curry, Japanese curry. Curry's enough. I would eat curry every day of the week if the princess let me. Ooh. Now that is broth. That's curry. I get, like usually when you get like a coconut broth, if you don't season it well, it comes off more mild and coconutty. This one, straight curry flavor from the tip of the tongue all the way back, nice and warm. The flavors of like the sweet and salty in there. That is good soup. I would give that a 4.5 out of 5 claws.
Now we're gonna go in on this submarine of an edamame dumpling. So interesting. I was just watching an underwater movie the other day. What was it called?
Last breath?
Last Breath. This is not like that at all. You can't really see on the inside there. That is a beautiful edamame flavor. The dumpling is cooked perfectly, seared perfectly, seasoned well, stuffed well, fits well with the soup. Really into that. A lot of the dumplings can be hit or miss here, but these ones are really good. I would say the dumplings are like a 3 out of 5, and then the soup itself overall, I'm just gonna give a 4. Because I think everything together is amazing, and if you soak like the dumpling inside the curry broth, oh my god, that's gonna be a journey.
For the longest time, I have been craving soup dumplings. I will, however, settle for dumplings in good soup, and there is a difference. I made an absolute mess. 1,000% worth it. The dumpling just soaks up that soup. Now the edamame is cooked perfectly. It's like a little curry pocket. I love it. That is a 4.5 out of 5 claws. I'm sad this is only seasonal, because I want this all the time. Here we have the Hawaiian Reuben, island-style Reuben, if you will. We have this thick-cut Reuben on the marble rye bread, as you would expect from a Reuben. But instead of just a corned beef, you also have a slow-roasted pulled pork in here, and then kimchi. So a kimchi Reuben, basically. I am not mad at you sneaking the kimchi and all the things. No, I am not a Reuben person. I am not in love with corned beef, even though I will occasionally eat it when there's a camera on me. And I don't love rye bread. Just not. Rye chips, sometimes are great, like the trail mix. Rye bread, not a vibe.
Reuben tempeh?
You love the Reuben tempeh.
Oh, tempeh Reuben.
Tempeh Reuben. That sandwich has what we like to call character. Marbled rye bread, very strong flavor. Kimchi, very strong flavor. Beef, strong flavor. Then you have a savoriness of the pulled pork. It's a lot of flavors that add up to something tasty. Like it tastes good, but I feel like the strength of those flavors might put a lot of people off. They mesh, but I can't say they mesh well. The kimchi fights what is a very like northeastern sandwich flavor. I think it adds a little bit of tang to it that helps with like that sort of harshness you get from the rye bread, but I don't know if this is going to be for everybody. If you really like Reubens, it might be something you would challenge yourself with, but I would say that you also need to like kimchi in order to love this. It has potential, but I feel like it's for a very specific person that will like this. I think most people might shirk at it. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 claws.
The infamous vegetable ramen bowl. Now, the ramen bowl from Kona, I have not had since, gosh, I want to say it was either 2018 or 2019. It's definitely before the refurb. And it was probably one of the worst ramens I've ever had. Now, this has got a glow up, big, big, big glow up. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous ramen. Super excited to see what it tastes like. As is tradition, we gotta try the broth first, because if the broth is trash, the bowl is trash. It's Jasmine broth, but it just tastes like tap water. How do you have such an amazing seasonal soup, but then your ramen broth is... I actually brought my own togayashi from my favorite local place, Noodle, because they have amazing togayashi. just so that I could add it to this bowl because I remember it from back then. So, I would probably give the broth a 1 out of 5. That's not good.
Go ahead and dig right into this because be it dashi, ramen, udon, or just a plain noodle bowl, if the broth is trash, the bowl is trash. The broth is never to be an afterthought. Because without good broth, you really just have a wet salad. You know, I think this bowl is single-handedly responsible for Stitch's badness level. Because if I were Stitch, or some sort of experiment, maybe like 625 or one of the other numbers, and you fed me this, I would probably throw it at your face. I can see where they were headed with the jasmine broth. It just don't necessarily work without some other additives. It comes off literally as stale tap water. That's a 1 out of 5 claws.
So now I guess I'm gonna try more of this. The noodles are down here. Beautiful. Very small though. There's mushroom in here. There is pineapple. I do think it's interesting because I was expecting like the pineapple tofu that you usually get at like Skipper Canteen, but no, it's pineapple and tofu together. So it's like the same tofu you get on the stir fry that we got last time we were here. The noodles do fall apart a little bit on a spoon. I haven't even grabbed the chopsticks yet, so that's concerning. I think the best part about this bowl is there's like a little like chili powder just sprinkled on the top of the tofu is like a garnish. That's the best part. Even the noodles are bland and they are definitely overcooked. You can cut it with a spoon, so that's unfortunate. It's a beautiful bowl, but the dish is basically as terrible as I remember. I will give it a 2 out of 5 ramens. I mean, this is dashi, so it's not really ramen. But I feel like Disney just can't do ramen dashi bowls. Like, it's just not in the cards for them.
Now to dive into the rest, because, you know, sometimes things are more a sum of their parts than they are individual items, and the broth is only one feature of this bowl. We have these mushrooms, we have the carrots in here, the tofu, and the pineapple. And a little bit of broth. Just a little bit. I believe in this case. And even though this dashi bowl and the other dashi bowl were actually responsible for scaring us away from Kona for a very long time, before the remodel and the menu revamp, the dashi bowls were some of like the main items on the menu. Us being ramen fanatics, once we had that, we're like, well, there's no reason to ever go to Kona again. But obviously, I want to share with you guys, we keep coming back and see if there's been any sort of improvement. I believe in this case, the water actually weakens. Or, sorry, well, water is, I guess, the more accurate term. The broth actually weakens the dish because you have the mushrooms that are nice and sauteed, the crunchy lettuce, you have the carrots and the pineapple, and their flavor is actually muted by the weakness of the broth. They actually drag it down. They like water down the flavor of items that would normally be flavorful on their own. Even the sort of seasoning on the tofu, it makes this whole thing a shame. You even have this little nori here on the back with some nuts. It's not helping. Like none of this soaked in, none of this providing any additional flavor, even with the scallions. And let me even like try with the seaweed because the princess hates seaweed and she's not gonna eat this anyway. Let's see if I can get some here towards the back. That just tastes like a nuttier version of your fish's tank water. It ain't helping. We gave it a try. It's a 2 out of 5 claws. We still obviously recommend that you skip the dashi bowls unless you just like pain or you don't care how things taste. And if you do, why do you watch this review?
Oodle Noodle always gives us extra because we ask for it and because they know, because we go there a lot. We're big ramen people. Ooh, because I spill it everywhere. Well, that's fine, because I was going to put a bunch of it anyway, because it needs a lot. I don't usually put this much on my ramen. I just want to tell you guys that, because I make a mess on myself. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix it all. Oof. You know, these noodles actually soaked up all the broth. There's hardly any broth in here now. It's like down at the very bottom. All right, so let's mix it up. A lot of noodles. All right, is this going to improve the flavor? I got my chopsticks and I'm still doing it with a spoon. Somehow, it made it worse. I've never had this seasoning ruin something, but I ruined it.
So it's Harashi seasoning. And this Jasmine broth is not a flavorful boy. It doesn't even smell better. It smells like off-brand cereal. Like I know that obviously you can save money in the grocery store by getting like the Bobo Frosted Flakes, like the Bobo Cheerios. It smells like that wet. Spicy tank water. No sir, not a vibe.
This is the specialty non-alcoholic drink here at Kona. It is a lychee ginger lemonade. Everything about this screams something that I would enjoy. Even has ginger beer in it. It's like a mule, but non-alcoholic. Sign me up. Oh. Well, that is very on the tart side. I would say it's more lemonade than it is ginger beer. I don't know if I would necessarily call this, well, it is a lemonade in the name of the drink, even though there's ginger beer in it. So I guess it lives up to the name. I guess I was expecting a little bit more of a bite to it, though. It's not bad. I would give it a 3 out of 5 lychees.
Lychee lemonade, that feels like a trap. I do love lemonade, but when you sneak in ginger beer, all of a sudden, I feel like it's an attack. I don't love a ton of ginger beer. I'll drink it, but when it's too strong. But lemonade, though. It smells like lemonade, and lemon, obviously. Honestly, it's not bad. Not bad at all. It's just the right amount of tart. I could go a little bit more tart. I like my lemonade more tart than sweet, but it's a nice balance with the lychee. I feel like I should be wearing more resort-style clothes and drinking this. And use a little umbrella. Maybe like a double-decker umbrella. A triple-decker umbrella.
Like a Trader Sam's umbrella?
The Trader Sam's umbrella. Or like a little sandal on the straw. Something. I give that 4 out of 5 claws. The mocktail situation in these resorts has been steadily improving. And I'm not mad at it. Ever since the downfall of Ace Pineapple Hard Cider, when the company sort of got bought out, I have been surviving off Caribé Pineapple Hard Cider. Now, it's not vegan, but it's gluten-free. So none for the princess, more for me. I will drink a lot of cider. I will inhale, maybe imbibe, pineapple cider. I feel like my phone's autocorrect would call me a sleut for this drink. It's tasty. And I need copious amounts of it. If you gave it to me like in a backpack to walk around and drink, I would do that. 4.5 out of 5 points. We did our cafes.
Yes, Kona has some ups and downs. That seasonal soup, I guess, is probably not going to be around too much longer. So if you're here the next, month, this is what, June 2025? If you're here June, July 2025, you'll probably be able to get it. Outside of that, gonna have to wait for the next season.
Yeah, it continues to be hit or miss. It's kind of going back and forth in our heads, like which do we prefer? Do you like Kona or do you like Wailuku? Kona has its bright spots, but it also has its misses.
I think Wailuku wins, personally.
I think it's more consistent thus far.
Yes.
But I don't know what you guys think. Do you still consider Kona for lunch, or do you go other places to get your midday meals here at the Polynesian Resort? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, I think Bear might eat himself to the Grand Floridian and then just live there.
You heard the girl.